Previously on Impact Wrestling, Kurt Angle recruited new blood for his fight with Aces and Eights.
You guys know Garrett?
Yeah.
This is Wes Briscoe.
Don't think for a second I'm gonna let you ride my jock all day like you do Kurt's.
Angle wanted to settle it in a cage.
One-on-one! Angle versus Anderson!
I guarantee it'll be you and Ken one-on-one. And I will handle this.
Samoa Joe was taken out.
And fortunately for Kurt Angle, he does have somebody watching his back as he's got Wes Briscoe. Garrett Bischoff.
Oh, look at that! I love it when a plan comes together.
Wes and Garrett revealed why.
To hell with all of you. My loyalty and respect lies with the Aces and Eights.
You wanna know the reason why I did this? It's because of you, Hulk Hogan.
Two rivals unified for a common cause, gold.
Once we have all the gold in here, everyone's gonna follow our lead.
And began their journey towards total domination. What championship is next? Aces and Eights destroyed the wedding of Broken Bully.
How can I pass up on the opportunity to live by the vision of a higher power? I need you to reinstate me. Lift the suspension, Hulk. Lift the suspension.
Hogan made a tough decision on Bully.
Bully is reinstated, brother. I'm gonna make a tables match with two guys from Aces and Eights. And you, Stinger, and Bully, my new son-in-law.
Sting and Bully united and took the war to the tables.
Close the deal right here. Devon up. Devon straight through. Sting and Bully Ray do it.
How will Aces and Eights get revenge? Impact Wrestling starts right now.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. It's Todd Kennelly, the Professor Mike Tenay, and the Human Suplex Machine Taz. And you gotta love the action from the UK. Manchester was great, but tonight Impact comes to you from London.
Todd, you're right. The road to lockdown rolls on. You know it's going to be great. Impact Wrestling, TNA. We're in London, England, at historic Wembley Arena.
Kick it off here in London. In mass comes Aces and Eights and destroys everyone. To me, that'd be a better beginning. But this is pretty cool.
Come on, are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
With Impact Wrestling going international tonight from London, it's always great to see the Brits' reaction to the immortal Hulk Hogan. We are at Wembley Arena. This is London's most iconic concert and events venue. It's hosted everybody from the Beatles to the Stones to the Who. And now they welcome the wrestling equivalent in Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulkamania is alive and well here in Wembley. Just might be the strongest force in the universe.
Yeah, well, I gotta admit, Hogan, he's getting a pretty decent reaction. Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good.
Pretty good? There's nothing like it anywhere in professional wrestling.
I think it's safe to say we got some TNA maniacs right here in London, brother. You know, I heard noise when I was slamming giants. I heard noise when I was winning titles, but this sounds pretty damn sweet, brother. You know, we got business at hand. And since we're on fire here in London with TNA, I got a couple big things going down right now. First off, the fate of the TNA title hangs in the balance, and that's going to go down at Lockdown. And in the back there's so much talent. There's so many hungry wolves. I finally found 8 guys that rose right to the top. And tonight, we're going to have 4 matches to find out who I pick to be the #1 contender at Lockdown. You're going to see the whole effing show, RVD, go against the super kick of the Cowboy James Storm. And then you're going to see some guy that thinks he's a superhero named Christopher Daniels go against a guy that I think I'm going to put my money on, and I might even put your money on, and his name is Magnus. And then it's going to get real nasty out here because the human cyborg, Kurt Angle, he's going to take on Samoa Joe. And just to make sure my feet fly about 100 feet off the ground, the final 2 champions are going to be pitted against each other. These former champions are going to be tearing each other's eyes out because we've got the it factor, Bobby Roode. He's going to be taking on Austin Aries tonight. And at the end of the night, I'm going to be listening to the crowd out here. I'm going to be watching all the matches. And at the end of the night, I'm coming back out here, Jack, and I'm picking the #1 contender to take on Jeff Hardy at Lockdown. Now, the other business at hand that's going to get real nasty is the business of Aces and Eights. Aces and Eights called out the whole TNA roster, and they want to have a war to end all wars at Lockdown. So I thought about it for about a half a second, made a phone call to my brother from another mother, and I made him the captain of Team TNA, and I want you to hear from him right now, the greatest wrestler of all time, the Icon, Sting.
And another huge reaction for the Icon, for the Hall of Famer, and wow, what blockbuster news by the Hulkster. 4 huge matches tonight. Who is going to impress Hulk Hogan and earn a shot at the world title at Lockdown?
Yeah, so 8 guys get an opportunity to impress the Hulkster, and not one of them is an Aces and Eights member. Complete BS as usual.
Well, in terms of momentum, in the ongoing war between TNA and Aces and Eights, Taz, last week was huge. Sting, Bully Ray, they win the tables match, and they sent a message to your Aces and Eights, a message that Impact Wrestling is not going to be intimidated.
It is showtime in London! Hulk, I think you'll agree that the fans here in London are not just some of the best in the UK, but some of the best in the whole wide world. Now, those scumbags, Aces and Eights, you made your challenge, and I'm here to tell you, challenge accepted. So I'm going to do the same thing Hulk's going to do. Look up and down that roster and find myself 3 killers to be on my team at Lockdown. And I can promise you this. We are going to tear some heads off at Lockdown and put an end to Aces and Eights. And all I got to say is, Aces and Eights, what you gonna do when the Stinger run wild on you?
Oh, real original, Sting. Good job. Very original.
The Stinger, the captain of Team TNA, he's going to assemble the troops, and they're going to do war with the Aces and Eights at Lockdown.
Yeah, blockbuster news as it relates to Lockdown. Sting, the captain of Team TNA, he tells the world, I'm on a recruiting mission. Question is, Taz, who's going to join Sting at Lockdown against your Aces and Eights?
Don't you worry about that. Aces and Eights, we will circle the wagons, or circle the Harleys, I should say, and we will beat some ass. Trust me.
Tonight on Impact Wrestling, who will impress our general manager, Hulk Hogan? It's the Cowboy versus RVD, James Storm, Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, check this one out. 2 former World Heavyweight Champions will collide tonight. Talk about impressed. Both of these guys are impressive. Let's see what goes down between Joe and Angle.
And it's the 2 most recent World Heavyweight Champions going head-to-head. World Tag Team Champs collide. It's Rude versus Aries, Taz.
And then how about this? Home field advantage goes to Magnus, but he's got to deal with the deadly Christopher Daniels. Question is, who will get the World Heavyweight Championship shot? We shall see.
The Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from the City of Angels, accompanied by Kazarian, Christopher Daniels.
Daniels in action in the first of 4 matches to try and impress the Hulkster, but 2 weeks ago, Bad Influence mixed it up with a returning Magnus.
Yeah, well, listen, the bottom line is, Magnus came out here and spoiled the party. Kazarian Daniels trying to have a good time. Well, they end up getting the better of Magnus, but then Magnus, somehow, some way, was able to capitalize on both men. I never liked this Magnus much at all.
And his opponent, from Kingsland, England, Magnus!
Great home country reception here for Magnus. And after what we just saw, he's got a lot of momentum going, Mike, into this matchup.
And now would be the perfect time for Magnus to exploit what Taz calls the home field advantage. He's got the support of his countrymen tonight here in London. Let's be honest, Magnus needs an impressive outing to show our general manager, Hulk Hogan, that he deserves the world title shot against Jeff Hardy at Lockdown.
But isn't this just typical of our general manager, Hulk Hogan? Isn't it just typical, guys?
What do you mean?
He's just setting the table for all the guys he likes. Typical favoritism by Hogan. None of our Aces and Eights guys are involved with this. Yeah, look, let's just pull Magnus out there. Oh, what a coincidence. Home field advantage. Give me a break.
Well, obviously, Hulk Hogan has plans for your Aces and Eights at Lockdown. They're going to do Willer with Sting, and whoever he assembles. Can't wait to see who joins the ranks of Team TNA.
Yeah, Hogan's setting a trap for us in Aces and Eights. I know what he's doing.
What do you mean setting a trap?
He's setting a trap.
Aces, I thought it was Aces and Eights that issued the challenge.
That's a trap. Don't let the facts get away with a good story. Call the match today.
Christopher Daniels, recently a very competitive match here on Impact Wrestling against the World Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Hardy. Daniels hopes to impress Hulk Hogan tonight to the point that Daniels gets another shot versus Hardy upcoming at Lockdown.
Yeah, Daniels looked great in that world title matchup. Came so close to defeating Hardy and have to score some style points in a match like this. What do you think, Taz, that Hogan's looking for out of the performers tonight?
I think Hogan, if I'm trying to, not lean towards my guys, I think Hogan's looking for someone to stand out, stick out, be impressive, and be a star. That's what I think Hogan's looking for.
Wow, big power display by Magnus. Thought it was going to be some sort of a slam, but took him up and over with a vertical suplex nicely executed there.
And so good to see Magnus back on Impact Wrestling once again. Just his second match since November when he was taken out, Taz, by the attack from Aces and Eights.
Either that or Magnus has been lazy and just sitting home eating crumpets. I don't know. I'm not sure. He looks like he's in pretty good shape, though.
Pretty good?
Oh, listen, Magnus, look, there's no doubt this young man, he's a stud. He's put together. Oh, he's in trouble now.
And here's the X factor in this one. Kazarian on the outside. STO by Daniels.
See, I was just about to compliment the kid, Magnus. And next thing you know, he makes a rookie mistake, turns his back, and he gets jumped.
But I'm not sure how great of an idea that is for Kazarian to get involved. How do you think that might affect Hogan's judgment if Daniels needs the assist there by Kazarian?
I don't think, hold on here, look at this. I don't think Daniels or Kazarian gives a rat's you-know-what about what Hogan thinks right now. We want to win the match. And that's what Hogan's going to be impressed with, sticking out, being a star, and being the victor. And that's what Daniels is trying to do.
Several edges and advantages for Daniels in this match. Not only Kazarian position at ringside, but also the experience edge that he has. Multi-time X Division champion, as well as World Tag Team champion. And he would like nothing more than to become World Champion for the first time as Kazarian involved again.
Yeah, the official manager on the outside. These 8 men tonight vowing. What a shot there by Daniels, wide open. These 8 men tonight vowing for a world title shot at Lockdown. Mike, that reminds me an awful lot of the toughest tournament in sports. Although this is not tournament format tonight. Here's the cover by Daniels. Bellator MMA live right after Impact tonight. Middleweight quarterfinal matchup.
Yeah, it's tonight. It's live from Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's immediately following Impact Wrestling. And it's not only the middleweight tournament quarterfinals, but also the Bantamweight World Championship. It's Bellator live tonight.
Uranagi there by Daniels, stays on his feet, looking to follow it up.
Well, this Daniels, once he strings together, look at that. That's the best moonsault attempt ever, but didn't land it.
But he hopes for the BME, but that boot certainly hits the mark. And a sense of urgency now by Kazarian on the outside. What a right hand by Magnus.
Well, Kazarian knows that Daniels is in trouble. Wait a minute. Oh, he's taking shots at the manager. That's nice. What does Hogan think of that now? You're crying about Kazarian?
He probably loves the fact that Magnus is taking the fight to Kazarian and not backing down. There goes your manager's license.
Wait a minute. This guy had to earn that thing. That's a $20 fee. He just chucks it like that? Was that like 12 pounds? 20 bucks over here? What is that? Exactly.
Not sure the conversion
Kazarian's
rate
got
right
a lot
now,
of problems, but coming up with the 20 bucks isn't one of them.
Whoa.
Goes for the ride back to the inside, and you can just sense the momentum here in this Wembley Arena crowd. They are soundly behind Magnus, and he is rolling.
Yeah, everybody's behind Magnus. No one is behind Daniels, and Daniels' manager got sent to the locker room. That's nice.
Daniels trying to roll him up. Magnus puts on the brakes. Round and round they go, and Magnus takes him down with a huge clothesline again.
Very impactful. A lot of power behind that short clothesline by Magnus.
Magnus sensing
he's kind of acting like he's holding a midget. I don't know what he was doing.
I think that's the universal sign for a driver there, Taz. But
is it?
Drives him down. High impact again.
Feeding off the crowd. Magnus looks like he's going to try and finish Daniels off right here, right now, and impress General Manager Hulk Hogan. How about Magnus going high risk?
Whoa. Perfectly hits the elbow, center of the ring, hook of the leg. And Magnus, impressive in victory.
Winner, Magnus!
Hulk Hogan, take note.
Well, yeah, Hulk Hogan can take note that it was unfair. I mean, definitely impressive by Magnus with that high elbow, no doubt. But let's be honest. Daniels' manager got kicked to the curb. He got sent out of here. That didn't help Daniels at all.
First of 4 huge matchups from our general manager, Hulk Hogan. And the win goes to Magnus. Remember, we're going to find out tonight who gets the world title shot coming up at Lockdown.
Brooke, this is not the way it was supposed to go down. I am so disappointed in myself. I never thought that an injury would ever stop me. And now it has. I wanted 2 things. I wanted to marry you, and I wanted to win the World Heavyweight title. I pride myself of being a warrior of the ring, just like your father. Things were going so perfect. I know the wedding got screwed up, but everything has been so great.
Baby, I feel so bad for you. I don't even know what to say.
You know what? It's Valentine's Day, and we are in London. And I know, I am not going to let this ruin our time together on what should be a very happy night. So we're gonna go buy you those pair of shoes that you wanted. We're going to that nice fancy restaurant that you like.
With Italian food?
With Italian food.
Good.
And then we are going dancing.
And you are going to be careful on that leg. And wear your wedding ring, please. I found it on the bathroom sink in the hotel room this morning after you left.
You're right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. Are you okay?
No, I'm in pain.
Oh, God.
Up next, tonight from London, it's Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle. Will one of them get the world title shot? We'll find out tonight.
Beautiful London, England. What an experience it is for Impact Wrestling to be here. And the stars of TNA Wrestling really trying to impress the Hulkster tonight. Great victory earlier tonight by this man, Magnus.
I may only be 26 years old. And with a lot of the veterans walking around here, I'm a pup. But the fact of the matter is this, is that since I was 19 years old, this has been my one and only occupation. My life, my religion. That was taken away from me for 3 months by the Aces and Eights and a hammer. When it's taken away from you and you realize just how badly you want it, how badly you need it, you take that and you use it to fuel you. And I have more fuel in my tank than anybody in this business or on the face of the earth. The world-class athlete in a world-class arena on the world-class stage of Impact Wrestling just proved to you, to Hulk Hogan, to the world, that I have what it takes to be heavyweight champion of the world.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from the Isle of Samoa, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe!
It was 2 weeks ago when Samoa Joe was the victim of a locker room attack in Manchester, England, an attack that had the fingerprints of Aces and Eights all over it. Joe taken out so that no one was there to watch Kurt Angle's back when Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe turned on Kurt and joined Aces and Eights, Taz.
Well, why are you going to make accusations like that? Slander. That's slander against all guys at Aces and Eights. Slander today.
Can't handle the truth?
Slander.
As many of you know, fans, the Olympic Committee recently made a shocking decision eliminating wrestling as an Olympic sport. We go now to these comments from the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle.
Wrestling is one of the most competitive sports in the world today. Winning the gold for my country in one of the original Olympic sports and one of the most popular in the world today was one of the greatest moments of my life. The wrestling community is in a state of shock right now with this decision. We cannot sit back and allow this to happen. I will do whatever it takes and work with TNA Wrestling and the competitive wrestling community to determine what we need to do to reverse this decision.
Well, I got to say, I completely agree with Kurt Angle when I heard about this announcement by the Olympic Committee to eliminate amateur wrestling from the Olympics. That's a friggin' outrage, and it's ridiculous. But they keep badminton and synchronized swimming? Come on, please.
Now, for once, you're not going to get an argument from me, Taz.
Craziness, man. Craziness.
Time to write yet another chapter in this incredible rivalry. Maybe the best rivalry in company history. So many famous, so many historic and classic matches between Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle throughout the years. Maybe the irony is, Todd, those famous matches that they had at Lockdown, could one of these men be moving into the World Heavyweight title shot against Jeff Hardy at Lockdown this year?
Sure could. Both of these former world champions know each other so well. A great platform to impress Hulk Hogan when you think of just how tough the competition is in this match. You touch on their Lockdown Classic, another chapter here, Mike. And these matches always so physical. And when Kurt Angle, as he's eating a bunch of jabs, when he first came to TNA Wrestling, he went right after Samoa Joe, and they've had a rich history ever since.
Well, speaking on behalf of the esteemed Aces and Eights, I can assure you, we love this. We love seeing two guys like this, Joe and Angle, beat the holy high hell, boom, out of each other. I think it's awesome.
And in separate conversations I had with Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle earlier today, both told me, as we see Joe go for the cover and get a 2 count, both men told me they want to avenge the beatings of Aces and Eights. But they need to focus on the task at hand tonight because of what's at stake here, because Hulk Hogan is watching, and he will decide who gets the Lockdown World title shot tonight.
Samoa Joe remains in control, really been able to string together the strikes here. Look at this. Beautiful belly-to-belly throw, though, by the Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, great job by Kurt Angle there. I mean, just Kurt Angle could suplex you from any corner of the ring, any part of your body he grabs. He's got just tremendous hips. Great suplex there by Angle.
Both these guys so well-versed in all forms of combat, really able to bring the MMA style into their offense. And we mentioned, fans, again, that Bellator MMA Live coming up right after Impact Wrestling. The bantamweight title on the line, as well as the middleweight quarterfinal fights.
Yeah, the background of Kurt Angle, so well established. At the same time, Samoa Joe has a judo background, trains extensively with MMA fighters, and Bellator is next as Kurt continues the offense with the suplex.
And speaking of Bellator, Dixie Carter, TNA president, as Kurt Angle rolls into the cover here, appeared on Bellator MMA Live just last week with a big announcement. And we're going to recap that announcement later on tonight here on Impact Wrestling. Stay on top of all things TNA by following TNA President Dixie Carter on social media, on Facebook.com/TNA Dixie, and of course on Twitter @TNA Dixie. He's been making so many big announcements as of late, so much going on Impact Wrestling. Great to be here in London as this one-on-one match between Angle and Joe rolls on.
Just when it looks like Samoa Joe is going to get the offense rolling, he gets cut off by the Olympic gold medalist. More of Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe right after this on Impact Wrestling.
Welcome back to Impact Wrestling from Wembley Arena in London, England, as two competitive rivals continue to go at it here. High-stakes matchup.
It's Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle. General Manager Hulk Hogan, he's watching this matchup so closely because later tonight, Hulk Hogan's going to tell us who gets the world title shot against Jeff Hardy at Lockdown. And as Kurt Angle with the go behind on Joe, we remind you that Lockdown, the live pay-per-view, coming to the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas on March the 10th. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. But Tom, there's more.
Oh yeah, as Angle's taken to the outside. What a huge weekend it's going to be in San Antonio in the Lone Star State. That huge fan interaction opportunity as well. VIP packages, fan interaction, and tickets. Go to shoptna.com for all the info. And a big suicide dive elbow there by Joe.
Let's take another look here. Hold on. Let's
take another look at this.
Watch Samoa Joe here, the athleticism of this very large man with a flying forearm shiver. Boom, right to Kurt Angle's face.
Angle and Joe going at it, trying to press the Hulkster. One guy that is not in action tonight is Bully Ray. He would have loved to have been, but he suffered a quad injury in that tables match when he partnered with Sting, out of action tonight as a result.
Of course he got a quad injury, Bully Ray. You're dealing with Aces and Eights last week. Come on, kidding me?
Samoa Joe pulling out all the stops, goes for the cover, and gets a near fall on Kurt. And the physicality of this match just reflects the importance of this match as it relates to Lockdown and the world title shot against Jeff Hardy.
It's tremendous. I'm getting text messages while this is going on from my brothers and Aces and Eights with a bunch of LOL saying this is awesome. Watching these two guys kill each other.
Well, we know that both Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle, they still have their minds on avenging the beatdowns from Aces and Eights. But they had to focus on this match tonight because it's so important. They need that first as Kurt Angle connects yet again.
How about the wave there by the crowd as well, just going along for the ride with those German suplexes. They were with Angle on every one of those and definitely taking their toll on the Samoan submission machine. Angle slam attempt, but Joe counters and goes right back to the jabs.
Joe does so well. He has a mixture of his grappling ability and his striking. Oh!
Wow, could you hear Joe there saying, get your ass down, hit him with the ST Joe out of the corner. Both these guys match up so well.
And your timing task couldn't be better when it comes to both the wrestling, the MMA background, as well as the strikes of Samoa Joe. He's finally had the chance to put it all together here against Kurt Angle.
That's what you have to do against someone to the international world-class level of a Kurt Angle. There's no stopping Kurt Angle. You see a nice drop kick off the ropes there. Kurt Angle's locked and loaded here.
After the missile drop kick, looking for the Angle slam again. Muscles him up and gets it. But Joe pops right back into the coquina clutch.
How impressive was that for Samoa Joe to fight through the pain of the Angle slam and then hook on the rear naked choke. But now, here goes Kurt, submission time.
Beautiful transition now by the Olympic gold medalist, looking for the submission. He's got him locked. He's got him in the center. Will Joe tap?
Oh, it's a big party here for Kurt Angle. Everyone's having a good time watching Joe about to tap.
The toughness of the Samoan submission machine. He's got no quit in his vocabulary. He's trying to get to the ropes, but he's a long way away. Rolls through to counter. Beautifully done. But how much damage was done?
What a collision that time as both Angle and Joe, they drop each other. Both went for the clothesline. Both connect, and now they're both down. Who's going to get back up to their feet first?
It's a battle of wills now in London.
Oh, wait. Things just picked up.
The hell?
Talk about a party? Well, here comes my boys, Party Poopins.
Wes Briscoe, Garrett Bischoff, the two turncoats that joined Aces and Eights. They've come out to spoil this great match.
Yeah, these two jumped Angle after the cage match once they revealed themselves. They had jumped Joe in the back, you gotta believe, and now they just ruined this match.
Wait. Briscoe, careful now. Get out of there. Yeah, get out of there.
Yeah, they'll get out of there all right, but will be under their own power.
Good job by the young guns of Aces and Eights right there, Briscoe and Bischoff. I love it.
Yeah, just a taste, just a measure of revenge right there for Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle. And when it comes to Wes Briscoe, Garrett Bischoff, and all the members of Aces and Eights, we know that Angle and Joe, they want more.
Bring it on, baby. We don't hide.
But the question remains, how much is that interference and how is it going to weigh in to the decision of Hulk Hogan tonight? Is that going to damage the chances for Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe? Great to be here in London. Standing by in the back, TNA President Dixie Carter with British Boot Camp.
Well, we're finally here, guys. Congratulations. British Boot Camp was a huge success. And although Rockstar Spud won, he's out there tonight with this audience. You hear him?
Yeah, right, yeah.
It's crazy.
Correct.
I just wanted to let you know, this is your opportunity. This is the first time you will ever be seen wrestling inside of the Impact ring. You know? And it's still game on. Okay? So take it seriously. Get out there. Show the world what this country saw in you guys on this show. Okay? Really proud of what you did. But tonight, time to take it to another level. Okay? Okay? Good luck. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Good luck, Marty.
Thank you. Wow.
Okay, knock them dead, guys.
The following mixed tag contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from British Boot Camp, Party Marty and the Blossom Twins.
Christy Hemme looking incredible as ever, and here come three competitors from British Boot Camp, Party Marty and the Blossom Twins. Great reaction here in London.
What a huge opportunity it is for these three. We heard from our TNA president, Dixie Carter, telling them this is their chance to be in the spotlight, Taz, similar to the way they were at British Boot Camp.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of reports. My people let me know that there was a lot of good training going on over here in the UK, in the British Boot Camp, and that these three did a great job, the Blossom Twins and Party Marty Hardy. related to Jeff Hardy? His name Party Hardy? What's his name? Marty Party? Exactly.
Party Marty.
Working alone.
And their opponents, introducing first from Toronto, Canada, Gail Kim.
Now that's a superstar, boys and girls. That's a star.
First ever knockout champion in our company's history. She won the title for the second time back in Turning Point 2011. She held it for 7 months, a company record. Incredible accomplishments for the TNA Impact Wrestling knockout known as Gail Kim.
And the Blossom Twins, no strangers to Gail Kim. They met her and Madison Rayne in the finals of British Boot Camp.
And her tag team partners, Jessie, and your Knockouts champion, Tara.
And the Hollywood power couple reunited here tonight in London. My goodness, were they kind of out of sorts when they were separated last week?
Oh, it's like a yellow M&M getting away from a green M&M. There's always problems when that happens. These two, they're a unit. They're a unit. They love each other's unit, and they love being united. They're a unit.
Hollywood power couple reunited, as Todd says. Tara, the only 5-time knockout champion in company history, joining forces with both Jessie and Gail Kim. And I'm intrigued to see if Gail and Tara are going to be on the same page.
Well, obviously the British Boot Camp, these young athletes, they're giving up a world of experience. I don't like their chances.
Well, think of the pressure that these three are under. And think of the nerves as well that they must have to deal with as they square off here in this mixed tag team match at historic Wembley Arena in London.
Yeah, nerves, they got to have some big-time butterflies, but it could also be the adrenaline factor. Might fire them up. Might catch lightning in a bottle and find a way to pull it off. But Party Marty runs right in to Mr. Spectacular.
So, Todd, what are you saying? That Mike's analysis is bad? You don't know what he's talking about?
No, absolutely not. But
you sure that's not what you're saying?
No, I'm just opening the door. The possibility that in front of this huge crowd, they might make some magic happen. Who knows? That's why they get in there and wrestle the match, Taz.
Well, see what happens here. I mean, that was a nice round kick to the back of the head. Of a hot dog, this Party Marty, Party.
Nice. Party Marty loves to have fun in there, but Mr. Spectacular, real powerhouse. He can turn the tone of a matchup in a hurry. Nice counter there by Party Marty. Put on the brakes. Springboard moonsault connects right into the cover. Nicely done. Terrence Terrell in there for the count. This tag team matchup continues as Impact Wrestling rages on from London after this. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling from Wembley Arena in London, England. Jesse's had enough tagging in Tara.
I guess Jesse, he wanted to pick his spot, and the spot was not dealing with Party Marty anymore. And as these type of matches go, mixed tag matches, it's got to be girl on girl and male versus male.
Nice action here by one of the Blossom Twins after the drop kick. Deep hook of the leg, looking for the cover.
Now, is this Hannah or Holly, Todd?
That's Holly. That's Holly. No, I know that's Holly.
No, wait a minute. Is it?
Oh, this is Holly. Holly's coming in now. That's Holly. Oh, look at that. Tara gets driven down by Hannah. But that's, yeah. No, that's Holly. Right.
Hannah?
Which is which? Curiouser and curiouser here in London.
I know that's Gail Kim. I know that one in the black. That's Gail.
I had questions whether Gail Kim and Tara would be able to work cohesively here as part of this three-person team. So far, so good, although Gail told me again today, nothing she wants more than another shot at the knockout champion, Tara. Here's a pin on Gail.
That would have been a huge upset right there by Hannah Blossom Holly. That was, she's a very impressive athlete.
What I was touching on earlier. Might catch him with something quick. Pull off the upset. A nice counter into the back elbow, but the veteran, former Knockouts champ, well, momentarily back in control. The weight shifted there, and
well, the referee, Terrence Terrell, telling Jesse to get out of the ring.
Oh, what a shot!
Oh, God, that was nasty.
Ooh. And then to get dropped and decked by the Gail Kim clothesline.
That's called having experience. That's what Tara and Gail have, along with Jesse, you got experience. You got 3 novices out there. Come on, boot camp.
Taking control, cutting off the ring, and keeping her in their corner. The veteran instincts now coming into play. Tag made to Tara. Boy, just how relentless are Gail Kim and Tara. If they can work together, which they're doing so far, they're going to be very, very tough to deal with for sure.
Todd, is that Holly or Hannah? You should know this. Which one is that?
You put me on the spot here, Taz.
Guys, last week we talked about Billy Robinson and the rich tradition of British wrestling history. And of course, Billy's such a huge influence on so many MMA fighters as a trainer. Bellator Live tonight. It's immediately following Impact Wrestling with both a Bantamweight Championship and the Middleweight Tournament.
That's right. Dixie Carter appearing on Bellator MMA Live last week, and if you missed it, we're going to recap her huge announcement right after this. Gail Kim going for the cover. You want to stay tuned and hear that again. So much going on right here at Impact Wrestling. One half of the Blossom Twins desperately needs to find a way to make a tag. Hard to get any breathing room when you're in there with Gail Kim.
Match has been dominated by the threesome of Gail Kim, Tara, and Jesse after the quick opening offensive flurry. And how about Gail just throwing her body right into the corner? This team continues to have success.
And that's because of the experience, in my opinion. There's a victory coming right here for Gail Kim. Look at that.
Gail Kim looking for the victory there. Now beefing with Knockouts official Terry Terrell, but they continue to keep their opponent in their corner on their half of the ring. Tag back into Tara, looking to clean things up here and put her away.
Well, this Hannah Blossom, man, she's just getting whooped out here right now.
Holly Blossom?
Right, Holly Blossom getting whooped out here. No matter what happens, she can't get out of the box.
Into the cover now. Goes Tara. Yeah, that's a tough spot to be in, Taz.
Exactly.
You can hear the crowd here, though, in London, trying to urge one of their hometown favorites on. Oh, and just being hung out to dry.
Wait a minute, this girl just started wrestling with her sister. She's a hometown favorite. She's green as goose. Give me a break.
Taz, obviously British Boot Camp, a huge hit on Challenge TV over here in the UK. They follow the path of these competitors
to
get to this huge moment. And a great counter there. Knees up on the moonsault attempt. She's got to make the tag. Can she do it?
She's close. Go ahead, Hannah, you're almost there.
It's Holly.
Exactly. Oh.
Tag is made, though. Here we go. And Hannah, Holly, call her what you will. She's been on that apron for a long time. She's fresh, and she's taking it out on Gail Kim.
Yeah, Gail's got to try and counter or tag in Tara. Oh, Tara just tagged herself in. Oh, man.
Wow, what a shot there. Going upstairs with a big double flapjack right onto Tara.
The two twins, they didn't have to communicate. They just kind of like subliminally knew what they were doing. Like telepathy.
Got that twin telekinesis going?
Exactly.
Well, that's a pretty valuable tool as a tag team. More double team action into the splash. Now the cover. Which one's legal? Who knows?
Well, I wish the play-by-play guy knew. Mike, you know who's legal? Legal?
I think it's either Hannah or Holly. I'm not. Yeah, Hannah.
Good call, Mike. And now Jesse getting a single bicep, showing the young Blossom how big his biceps are. Perfect time to do that. While Party Marty's about to do something to Jesse. Watch out!
Party Marty off the top. Huge missile drop kick. Looking to follow it up. What can he do here? Oh my goodness. Whoa. Taking a huge risk there to the outside.
Yeah, he might want to work on his judgment a little bit.
Eat the feet, though, by Gail Kim into the cover.
Got it.
Great showing by these three British Boot Camp competitors.
Your winners, Gail Kim, Jesse, and Tara.
But in the end, Taz, as you documented, the experience just too much to overcome.
Well, sometimes you take a risk, a huge risk like Party Marty did, as we're about to see here. You crash and burn, as the expression goes. And, well, Gail hit Eat the Feet. And my man right here, he hit Eat the Guardrail with your face.
Yeah, he ate some metal.
Holy crap. Look at how he landed. Look at that. Well, hopefully that kid's okay, man. That was nasty. And then here is defeat by Gail Kim. Bingo! Here's your victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I prove why I am the most dominant knockout in this company. And Taryn, thank you very much for not being your incompetent, blonde, bimbo self and actually doing your job right. For once. And Tara, you have something that I want. That's right. I want my TNA Knockouts title back. And I actually happen to know that Miss Hogan has arranged for you to defend that title right here next week. So, Miss Hogan, why don't you make everyone's life a lot easier and come out here and give me exactly what I deserve.
I think Gail makes a very valid point.
Say what you want, I'm coming through. New girl in town and I'm coming for you.
Well, we know that our general manager, Hulk Hogan, he has a major announcement to make about who's getting the Lockdown World title shot later tonight. But I guess first we're going to hear from Hulk's daughter, the executive in charge of the Knockouts, Brooke Hogan. Question is, will Gail Kim get her wish answered?
Gail. Oh, Gail. Okay. I hear your plea. I know you want a shot at the title. And you know what? I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you a shot at the title. You can wrestle Tara for the title. But you know what? That's not it. You are also going to be wrestling Miss Brooke Tessmacher.
Come on. Wow. It's going to be a three-way match for the Knockouts Championship next week. It's the former two-time Knockout champion. And Miss Tessmacher has come so close to making it three against her former tag team champion partner, Tara. She's in the three-way next week.
Wow, that doesn't bode well for the Knockouts champ.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done. Hold on. I'm not done yet. You are also going to be wrestling Miss Velvet Sky.
Whoa. Four-way match? Talk about stacking the deck. What is the deal with Brooke Hogan? Exactly like a daddy.
Well,
sneaky and underhanded.
The more the merrier here in jolly old England. Four-way Knockouts title match next week.
This is going to be a four-way elimination match. And just to make sure that there are no shenanigans going on, I will be sitting ringside watching you wrestle for the title. So, Tara, good luck. Gail, good luck. Girls, good luck.
How about that, Mike? And under elimination rules next week.
Huge news from Brooke Hogan about the four-way match for the Knockouts Championship. But Todd, you know what's next? Big update on the world champ.
That's right, the champ on the man. Update on him as well as who he's going to take on at Lockdown. But first, let's recap the big announcement by Dixie Carter on Bellator MMA Live.
A lot going on with Bellator. There's a lot also going on with Impact Wrestling. Let the fans know what's happening.
Well, we have just announced that we are going on the road. We're taking Impact Wrestling on the road live every week. We just announced we're going to Chicago on March 14th. And we are announcing tonight for the first time on March 28th, we are going to the Jonesboro Arena. After that, in Corpus Christi on April 11th. And tonight, we just signed the deal with this arena right here, the Gwinnett Center. We're going to be back in Atlanta on June 6th. Very excited.
And of course, big news about Jeff Hardy. Let us know what's going on with him.
He is returning, our world champion, Jeff Hardy. He is returning to Impact Wrestling on February 28th, but I just signed him to a long-term deal. So we are very excited. All Jeff Hardy fans will be excited to know he's sticking around with Impact Wrestling for a long time.
Now, a Bellator fighter I know you have a lot of stake in. Kimbo
Who would that be?
Looked great in his debut.
Oh, he looked so good.
Have to know what you thought of that.
Man, he is so exciting. I love working with him. I'm very excited to get him in more in Impact Wrestling. But this guy, we talk every other day. He's very excited. He's training with Mayweather in Vegas a lot. He's so ready. And driving down here today, he promised me a knockout. So,
and if he promised you a knockout, he has to deliver. Thank you so much. I know you're a big fan of Bellator. We're
absolutely.
big
so glad to be here. Thank you so much.
The last time Hardy was in action, successful title defense against Christopher Daniels, and then the distraction.
I have a question for you. What are you going to do when Aces and Eights destroys everything around here and you're left laying? What are you going to do when your world title is gone?
There you see the attack by Aces and Eights, but good news on Jeff Hardy. Doctors tell us he'll be 100% very soon. And we know Jeff Hardy returns to Impact Wrestling 2 weeks from tonight.
Can't wait for the return of the champ, but who will he face at Lockdown? 8 men trying to impress Hulk Hogan tonight. A lot of impressive action already, Taz.
Well, definitely. I mean, Magnus was extremely impressive here and was able to grab a massive victory, in my opinion, over Daniels. I mean, listen, he got a little help here by the referee getting rid of Daniels' manager, the very savvy Kazarian. But look at that impact by Magnus. That massive elbow. The victor is Magnus. That's impressive if I'm Hogan.
Great victory there in his home country. But then these two competitive rivals win out at another classic between Samoa Joe and the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Coquina clutch here, Taz.
Absolutely. I mean, you see Kurt Angle just breaking out of that because that would have been the end of Joe. And as usual, the master on the mat himself, Angle gets an ankle lock. But then here comes the boys. Little Aces and Eights party.
It's 2 down and 2 to go. Still to come tonight. It's the World Tag Team Champions. They collide. It's Rude versus Aries. But up next, it's the Cowboy versus RVD. James Storm versus Rob Van Dam. Who gets the Lockdown World title shot? We'll find out tonight.
It's pretty obvious what's going on here.
I can see it.
Hulk Hogan's scared.
Yep.
They know that we mean business now, huh?
World Tag Team Champions.
World Tag Team Champions.
Just the beginning.
Just the start. We're going to take them all.
Yeah.
And that's why they're trying to divide us tonight. We're not going to let that happen. We got to stick to the plan.
Right.
Taking all the belts, right?
Right.
You'll take the television title.
Yeah.
You can have the Knockouts title. I'll take the world title.
Whoa. You take X Division, I'll take world title.
I forgot about the X Division title. All right, well then you take the television title.
It doesn't matter. Tonight, we got to do what's right for business. And you know what's right for business, right?
Of course I know what's right for business.
Someone's going to get a world title shot.
Absolutely.
So you're going to do what's right for business?
Of course I am. You're going to do what's right for business.
I always do what's right for business.
So we're on the same page like always.
When aren't we on the same page?
Let's go do this then.
All right.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Battle Creek, Michigan, Rob Van Dam!
X Division champion Rob Van Dam trying to impress Hulk Hogan to get back in the hunt for the World Heavyweight title. Already some great performances tonight, but few perform better under the bright lights than this man.
RVD coming off yet another successful title defense of that X Division Championship. That 2 weeks ago in the three-way match versus Sema Ion and Kenny King. But now, Rob Van Dam looks to once again become World Heavyweight Champion. RVD, he wants that lockdown title match versus the champ, Jeff Hardy.
Sorry about your damn luck.
And his opponent from Leapers Fork, Tennessee, the Cowboy, James Storm!
Hey, is Leapers Fork, Tennessee actually in America? Is that really Leapers Fork? Is that really in our home country? Not this place where we are now.
It's in Tennessee. Of course it's in the United States.
Isn't it like a little swamp on like a corner by like a bodega?
something like that. Well,
Nobody knows what a bodega is around here, I guess.
And I'll be Red Hook.
I never liked Cowboy James Storm, I'll tell you that right now. And he knows I never liked him. And he's wearing our colors. He's wearing Aces leather. He's wearing our colors, and that's not cool.
High stakes matchup here between RVD and the Cowboy. Mike, well documented just how badly Cowboy James Storm wants to get the World Heavyweight title back. You remember, back at Turning Point, he earned a shot that he never received because it was taken from him by the It Factor Bobby Roode. This is chance to get another shot here tonight, perhaps.
Well, I think the consensus opinion is that the Cowboy James Storm is the best tag team wrestler ever in TNA history. But he just needs that one opportunity to prove himself as a world champion once again.
Why? Why does he need that opportunity? And who is this consensus? Why? Why?
I think it's pretty well been established. 11-time world tag team champion. America's Most Wanted. Beer Money. Just a dominant tag team wrestler. But this opportunity that he's looking for, it's one that Hulk Hogan could grant him later tonight. You know that James Storm was world heavyweight champion in 2011. He beat the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle to win the title.
So you're saying, Mike, that Rob Van Dam is not worthy of a victory in this match?
I never said that. I talked earlier about how successful he's been as the X Division champ and looking to become world champion again. Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm not, but I think Van Dam's going to win the match, even though you don't think so, Mike.
Well, I'm saying that the Cowboy is just one last call super kick away from a win tonight and the World Heavyweight Championship. He just needs the chance.
Wait, I think Todd wants to talk. I see his lips trying to move. Go ahead, Todd.
After the monkey flip, great action, and poses a question. Both guys really so lethal with the striking. Rolling Thunder here by the X Division champion. The last call for Storm. The springboard kicks for RVD as he goes for the cover. Who do you guys give the edge in the striking department in this one?
I don't know. X Mike today, he knows everything. I don't know anything. X Mike, he knows.
In terms of striking, even though Storm has that last call, I think if you look overall at the offensive attack, in terms of strikes, I would say RVD.
You think? You think? Yeah, absolutely. Van Dam hits you from every angle. Feet, hands, split leg moonsault coming. This guy can do anything.
When the pace quickens, it's definitely his advantage. So close there. Almost put him away after the split-legged moonsault. Yes, but how many matches has James Storm put an immediate end to with that last call? And he can hit it from almost every angle as well. Great one-on-one matchup. So much on the line here on Impact. Lightning fast DDT. Floats over right to the cover. Does the Cowboy. And another near fall.
I don't know why both you guys are stacking the deck against Rob Van Dam. I can assure you, I've been in the ring with Van Dam many times. He's one of the toughest SOBs I personally ever faced.
I just put him over for his striking ability. Why would you say that I'm stacking the deck against him?
All right, don't get hot, Mike. I'm just pointing something out.
This is a rare match between these two. They squared off. I did some research on this in August of last year in the Bound for Glory series, which the Cowboy James Storm was victorious. They also wrestled at Lockdown 2010, where Van Dam won, and here's Storm got him stacked up for two.
Into the cover after, well, let's just call it a Tennessee Slam. Yeah, not taking anything away from RVD. And Mike, as you have documented numerous times, RVD at one time held two major world championships at the same time.
Hey, Mike, remember last week you had a factoid and I had a factoid? You got any more factoids?
I do. Think about the success that James Storm has had as a singles competitor in the Bound for Glory series. Great show in both 2011 and 2012. Made it to the Final Four in that Bound for Glory series both years. Take that.
I was being sarcastic, but then again, no sense of humor. But right now, Van Dam's in trouble, and he's feeling that Storm's got no sense of humor. But you better stay on Van Dam. He's one of the most resilient men you're ever going to face in a match. Don't waste time with Van Dam.
Looks like the time there, maybe warming up the leg right there, Taz.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful now. Because Van Dam, he's kind of, you don't know where he's at right now. He's about to get lit up here.
He's measuring him, closing the gap. Does not connect. Van Dam, beautiful counter into a kick of his own.
I think Van Dam might have been playing possum. I don't know. He's still not, he doesn't seem 100%. But if he's going where I think he's going to go, Van Dam, I mean, Storm is a far way away in the middle of that room.
Didn't have him in a compromising enough position.
And that's the way you close the gap if you're James Storm. For a second, it looked like he might be on the receiving end of a 5-star frog splash, but then he quickly cuts RVD off.
And then again, what brought the Cowboy to the saloon, what brought him to the dance, those big right hands. One of the heaviest hitters in all of Impact Wrestling is the Cowboy. The flexibility, though, again, of the X Division champion. Beautiful counter from the outside. But can he capitalize and go high risk? Yet again, might go coast to coast across the pond here in London.
Van Dam's gonna fly, baby! Well, let's take another look here. Van Dam took high risk and didn't get anything for it except nasty whiplash. Watch how Van Dam lands. His neck and head. Look at this. That's the angle you want to see. Again, most men would be taken out here in a stretcher. Van Dam's attempting to get to his feet.
Boy, almost as if RVD just took too much time when he was up on top. That enables Storm to roll out of the way. Van Dam crashes and burns, but the question is, can Storm capitalize on this opening right now?
I think Taz was rocked. I think that he was trying to clear the cobwebs a little bit, and he better get a broom and clear them now. Last call, and he gets a great win by the Cowboy.
Your winner, James Storm.
Said it earlier, gonna say it again. He's always just one last call super kick away from a victory. The Cowboy cashes in here tonight. That has to open up the eyes of our general manager, Hulk Hogan. Is it enough to get Storm the world title shot at Lockdown?
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. If Van Dam doesn't miss that coast to coast, I don't think Storm nails that last call super kick, and I don't think Storm wins this match. But if my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle, so I guess that don't matter.
Great point there, Taz. Yep, what a great back-and-forth matchup. Could have gone either way, but in the end, the Cowboy takes home the win as the Hulkster looks on here on Impact Wrestling.
Boys gave me some good advice. I sure hope this works. Whew, here we go.
You know, Brooke, just stop for a minute.
Hey,
Yes,
Hulk.
yes, sir.
Oh, hey, Brooke.
Hey.
Hulk, I don't mean to bother you, but I know you're looking for an opponent for Jeff Hardy at Lockdown for that world title. And some of the boys told me that if I want to get anywhere in this company, I need to learn how to politic. So, Hulk.
No, brother, no. You're okay with me. You don't have to politic. Okay?
But Hulk, I went out and I hired a campaign manager and everything. I got buttons made, posters made. Vote for Park, World Heavyweight Champion, 2013. Hulk, I
Brother,
even
stop. Did the boys tell you that's what politicking is? Being like a politician and getting posters and stickers and a campaign manager?
No, that's just what I assumed it was. I've represented a few politicians.
No. Do you know what a rib is? A rib?
A rib, Hulk?
A rib, not a barbecued rib, not a baby back rib. You need to calm down and go ask the boys what a rib is.
Okay, Hulk. I'll do that right away.
Yeah, you're good with me.
Thank you. Hey, Hulk. And can I count on your vote?
Yeah, Joseph, I'll vote for you.
Thanks, Hulk.
Okay,
Thank you so much. See ya.
All right. Brooke, you push way too hard for stuff when you really...
Up next, it's our Impact Wrestling main event. It's Bobby Roode versus Austin Aries. Will one of them get the world title shot? Hulk Hogan tells us tonight.
Dad, he's got that little thing inside of him that you have that made you an icon. He's got the it factor. Hell, he works hard. He wants it so badly.
Brooke, stop pushing so hard. I know about working hurt. If you're in this business, everybody works hurt. But I've got 8 other guys I'm looking at. They all have the it factor. And by the way, I'm going out to watch a match right now with the it factor in Austin Aries. I have to keep an open mind.
Dad, you know, I have found out so much about my husband the last 3 days that we've been here. You probably don't even know that he got into this business because of you. He wants to be just like you. He wants it so badly. He's never even been champion. I mean, I know that you're trying to be general manager and everything and be business oriented, but soften up a little bit, Daddy's family.
Family. Okay. If you want me to say I'd love to have a son-in-law that's a world's heavyweight champion, okay, I would. But Brooke, I have to remain objective. So just chill for a while, okay? I definitely will take it under advisement.
The X Factor Bobby
and the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries. We are two of the greatest professional wrestlers on God's green earth.
All the great moments of 2012, every great match, every great moment on television is thanks to Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. Me and Bobby Roode, we're getting on the same page. One by one, we're gonna collect all the gold. We're gonna start with the easiest titles to capture here in Impact Wrestling. That's the World Tag Team Championships.
What a great tag team title matchup. Can Roode and Aries stay on the same page and take home the gold? Unbelievable action.
Oh, you think you're better than me?
Roode heading for the hills here?
2-on-1, that's what this is.
Watch out, drop kick in the corner.
Look at this. Nail it, nail it.
Oh, he does. 450, hook in the leg, and new champions crowned in Manchester. Main event time, and the main event is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. What'll you do in 5 hours?
I'll tell you, working with you two guys, it feels like this is all 8 hours.
Contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Toronto, Canada, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Bobby Roode.
That's the real it factor, right?
He's the one half of the World Tag Team Champs. And I have to tell you, I cannot wait to see this Impact Wrestling main event. You think of the competitive nature of both this man, Bobby Roode, as well as his opponent tonight. It's his World Tag Team Champion partner, Austin Aries. It's every man for himself, however, tonight, because Hulk Hogan can pick just one man to challenge Jeff Hardy for the World Heavyweight Championship at Lockdown. Could it be Bobby Roode? Could it be Austin Aries? We'll find out tonight.
Well, these two may be the World Tag Team Champs, but they are both completely consumed with getting back the World Heavyweight title. So expect these two partners to go at it with everything they've got tonight in this unique matchup here on Impact.
And his opponent, the other half of the World Tag Team Champions, Austin Aries.
And here comes the self-proclaimed greatest man who ever lived, one half of the Tag Team Champs, gonna take on his partner tonight. Last time these two guys went one-on-one on Impact, they ended up kicking Earl Hebner in the gut and throwing him out of the rings. Both these guys love to bend and outright break the rules.
Well, whenever Earl Hebner gets kicked, punched, or pillaged or beaten on, I think that's a great night.
No respect that you have for the senior official in Impact Wrestling, Earl Hebner, and you have none for his son, who's the referee here tonight, Brian Hebner, either, do you?
Cut the music. His son is a bum. Hulk Hogan, it's only taken you 1 week to try to screw with A-Double and the It Factor's plan. Last week was just the beginning, becoming the new World Tag Team Champions. Because you see, we intend on winning all the gold here at Impact Wrestling and finally bringing some prestige and some honor back to each and every one of them.
The plan tonight is so transparent. I say, if you're scared, say you're scared. Because you know when me and Bobby were on the same page. Yeah. Thanks, people. I know my name. Thank you. I know my name. The bottom line is, this little plan's not gonna work. Me and Bobby Roode were on the same page. We know it has to be done. We know what's right for business, don't we, Bobby? That's right. So we're gonna take care of this real easy, real simple. Referees, ring the bell.
Is there more than one ref here? You said referees.
You did go plural with that. I only see one. Brian Hebner, the referee, for this main event match.
When you're the greatest man who ever lived, you can do what you want. I don't know what they got planned here, but...
Well, they said they're on the same page.
They gotta have a match.
Were they going for the double finger polka-doo?
You haven't seen this before? Come on, give see that? I know. I poke you. You lay down. I poke you. You lay down. I poke you. You lay down. I poke you.
Okay, I see what's going on here. Just a little miscommunication. I poke you, you'll go down. No, I'm not going down if you poke me. All right, you know what? All right, enough of this. Bobby, I'm going to be the bigger man here.
I'm the bigger man. Look at me.
That's a figure of speech. You are physically bigger, but in this instance, I'm going to be the bigger man. I'm going to lay down for you, Bobby. I'm going to lay down for you. Not a problem.
That's very unselfish of Austin Aries. That's nice of him. That's right. That's right there.
All right, Aries. Looks like he's going to agree to lay down for the 3 count here for Bobby Roode to take home the victory. Here's the cover, too. Counter the other way. Oh, these two getting hot. And the match continues right after this on Impact. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling from London, England. Before the break, I didn't know if we were going to have a match tonight. Looked like Aries was going to lay down for Roode, but not the case. And now these two tag team champions battling one another.
You think about the personalities of both Bobby Roode and Austin Aries, and no less an authority than our general manager, Hulk Hogan. He calls Roode a different animal who will do anything to be world heavyweight champion. But Taz would even say the same thing about his opponent tonight and his tag champion partner, Austin Aries. He fits that description, too.
Oh, no, I agree with that for sure. I mean, Aries and Roode, they're the same. They're both arrogant, self-centered. It's all about what they want. They're both tremendous competitors, former world heavyweight champions. Hence why they're both the tag team champs.
Roode, the longest reigning champion in company history. Aries, the man that took the title from him. Now looking to impress Hulk Hogan and get a shot. A night of big, high-profile fights here on Spike TV. Coming up right after Impact Wrestling. Looking for the roll-up here. Drops down, does Roode. Close call there, going for the ropes. Again, bending the rules. Again, Mike, right after Impact, it's Bellator MMA Live.
Yeah, it's the Bantamweight World Championship tonight. It's Eduardo Dantas versus Marcos Galvo. And it's a very unique situation because it's teacher versus student in that match. But the unique hook, it's that the student is the defending champion. The two Brazilians tonight, they'll fight for the Bantamweight World Championship. It's Bellator Live from Charlotte, North Carolina, coming up right after Impact Wrestling. Here's the roll-up.
Feet on the ropes. So again, both guys trying to take the shortcut. We talked about Bellator having a unique main event. This is certainly a unique main event. Both guys trying to cheat their way to the win, and these are the last two that get a shot to impress the Hulkster. We've seen great action tonight, and Hogan will make his huge announcement on who will face world champion Jeff Hardy at Lockdown, and that's coming up right after the main event.
Hogan will make his big announcement coming up next for sure, and that announcement will not include an Aces and Eights member, because he didn't put one of the 8 men as an Aces and Eights member to give one of our guys an opportunity at the World Heavyweight title.
Have you got that off your chest enough yet?
Yes, I have.
Good.
Actually, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. No.
Aries,
a little bit.
Aries getting the better of the striking there, including that big discus forearm, but watch, right into the double R spine buster of Bobby Roode. That's one of his signatures, looking to put him away. Only a count of 2. So great to be here in London, England, and fans, we remind you that Impact Wrestling is going on the road. First stop, Chicago, Sears Center Arena, March 14th. Tickets on sale now at SearsCenter.com.
With so many interesting parallels between Roode and Aries, as Aries going to come full steam into the corner, but he gets caught. And then set up on the corner as Roode just caught him with a shot right there. Well, Austin Aries, he has the distinction, longest reigning X Division champ. Roode, longest ever world heavyweight champion. Is Roode now going to try and go for the superplex here out of the corner?
Well, they're both the tag team champs, as we know, and that might be ended here. How physical these two men have been with each other here. Roode having a hard time getting that superplex off on Aries. Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. Look out here. I thought he might drop him to the outside. And correct me if I'm wrong, Professor, but I think in the past you documented as well that Bobby Roode was one of the longest reigning tag team champions as well.
He was, and if you think back to July of last year when Aries won the world title for the first time, the man he defeated, Bobby Roode.
Don't call him Professor. We don't use gimmick names in the announce booth. Okay, anyway, look at that. Box in the ears right there. Down and out goes Roode.
Thank you, human suplex machine.
And now look at Aries.
Aries poised here. He loves that 450 from the top. Can he put the exclamation point on this one? Nobody home, but all rolled through. And a beautiful counter to the spear, Taz.
A sprawl. That was a great sprawl by Aries into the last chancery, I should say. And he's going to get a tap-out victory, I think.
Looking for the submission win. He's got that bridge, adding the pressure.
Roode going to tap here?
I don't know, man. It's a tough hole to be in.
If Roode taps, he'll never hear the end of it from Aries, that's for sure. Going to the eyes.
Got to go to the eyes. But a great count, as we saw earlier, by Aries with that sprawl. Now look at this here. Bobby Roode.
Submission attempt the other way. With his favorite submission hold, the crossface.
He's got the arm seized at the same time. Is Aries going to tap? You think about this whole match. It's how well these two men know each other so well in terms of their in-ring styles and their finishing moves. And is Aries going to tap out?
But a lot of pride, a lot of ego as well between these two. You know, neither guy is going to want to say die in this one, especially with a world title opportunity perhaps hanging in the balance.
Whoa. Got him! Well, we saw Storm was victorious earlier. Magnus was victorious. And, well, Angle and Joe, well, that kind of got busted up next to us in states. Well, let's see who's victorious here.
Thinking Brainbuster. Nice counter again. Now the switch, go behind by Austin Aries. Great counter wrestling here by both tag team champions. Oh, no! Push right into the official. Boy, and with these two, that certainly opens up the window of opportunity, doesn't it?
Well, it was an accident. I mean, the referee got nailed. He was in the way. That's what happens sometimes.
Yeah, it might be an accident. But as Todd pointed out, when it comes to Roode or when it comes to Aries, if there is that open window, you know that they'll do anything within their power to get the victory. And here comes the steel chair being brought into play by Roode.
What else is he supposed to do? Roode has an opportunity. Wait a minute. Nice.
These two. Unbelievable. Take a little page out of the Eddie Guerrero playbook, it seems. And what does Brian Hebner make of this?
Not much Hebner can do. I mean, he doesn't really know what happened. Both men are down. Heard a couple of thumps. Both guys are evil, man. They try to outthink each other.
There's some body language.
You hit me. You hit me with the chair. You hit me. I wish someone would hit Hebner with the chair.
Hogan's got a judgment call to make later tonight. Now so does the official.
What are these guys doing out here? The former tag team champions.
That's Big Supermax Hernandez, Chavo Guerrero Jr., the former tag champs, the team that was defeated by Roode and Aries for the titles.
It looked like Hernandez was wearing an It Factor, a Bobby Roode shirt. The hell, they go in their bags in the locker room? What else with Guerrero and Hernandez?
Well, and Guerrero's got an Aries shirt on. The distraction, but look, a count is being administered by official.
Get in the ring. All kind of stop each other.
Little do-si-do.
Aries claiming that he got back in the ring first, that he should be the winner by countout. It's the official decision here.
This has been a double countout.
There you hear the official word. The distraction there by the tag team champions. Neither man gets the win.
Major influence by the former tag champs, Hernandez, Chavo. As a result, no winner in Bobby Roode versus Austin Aries. What's Hulk Hogan gonna do?
Hogan's got a decision to make, and he's gonna do it next.
Talk about being in the crosshairs. Starcade, you and I taking each other's heads off. I just sat down with my daughter, and she threw out family, son-in-law, world title, business all in one. I mean, give me a break, brother.
Yeah, and I know Bully's out of it because of his injury. I mean, you got some of the best talent right here under this TNA umbrella to choose from. Glad it's not my decision. It's all on Hulk Hogan's shoulders.
Well, I'm going to make that decision right now, but you know what? I'm still going to listen to those people out there, brother.
All right, on. Glad it's not me.
Thanks, Sting.
Don't be nervous about it, Hulk.
I am nervous.
You're Hulk Hogan. Wrong way, Hulk.
What?
Wrong way.
Oh, thanks.
That way.
Thanks a lot, brother. Jesus.
Happy decision-making, Hulkamania.
Thanks, Sting.
I know you'll do the right thing.
The same way we kicked him off tonight from London. A huge reaction for Hulk Hogan. He's got a big decision to make.
Yeah, huge decision. Time has arrived for our general manager, Hulk Hogan, to tell the world who gets the World Heavyweight Championship match against the champ, Jeff Hardy, San Antonio, Texas. At our Lockdown pay-per-view, Hulk, who's it going to be?
All right, guys, it has been crazy in the back because of all the energy that you guys have been sending this way. You know what, guys? I appreciate it, but it's not about me anymore. It's about those 8 guys that poured their hearts out here. Now, do you understand why it's so hard to pick the guy that's going to face Hardy? Let me tell you something. It's decision time, and each and every one of those guys out here tonight wants to be the man. But now I have to pick one guy to go against our champ, Jeff Hardy at Lockdown. I want to let everybody know.
What's going on here?
What do you mean, what's going on? What do you mean?
Just when we're about to get the decision from Hulk Hogan, here come the member of Aces and Eights, coming from everywhere here in Wembley Arena, now surrounding Hogan in the ring.
I told you it was a load of BS that Hulk did not give an opportunity to one of our guys. Now this is what happens. This is Hulk's fault.
This is very bad for Hulk Hogan. Completely surrounded here at Wembley Arena.
What the? Bully! I thought he was going dancing. The hell is he doing here? He's having his wife.
Bully Ray, you can see him limping here to the ring. That quad injury coming out here.
Well, he better be careful. It's Valentine's Day. It'll be a St. Valentine's Day massacre. You got lucky, Bully. You and Hulk.
And fortunately for Hulk Hogan, Bully Ray with the steel chain in his hand is there to support and to watch the back of Hogan just when it looked like Aces and Eights were going to attack once again.
Of course, Bully needs a weapon. He needs an equalizer.
How many guys do you have?
We got a lot. Wait a minute. The hell now? Sting with? Not one. He's got multiple baseball bats. It looks like a freaking... Is that a cricket bat?
Hey, you want to talk about equalizers?
It's a cricket bat.
It's the leader of Team TNA, the Stinger. Hey, why not? We're in England.
It's what we talked about earlier. The momentum that went on the side of the Impact Wrestling roster after that huge tables match win 1 week ago. Impact Wrestling roster and locker room will not back down. They will not be intimidated by Aces and Eights.
The battle lines are drawn. And yes, the war will happen at Lockdown, but the decision was not announced who is going to face world champion Jeff Hardy. So many questions to be answered. And guys, coming up next on Bellator MMA Live, so much great action. Sean Reilly, Jimmy Smith, take it away.